What up, y'all? It's the Sports Mix. It's Big Kenny checking in. Like for y'all to like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel. So just coming on right quick, man. Wanted to talk about Georgetown basketball, in particular, Coach Patrick Ewing. Patrick Ewing, somebody that I admired growing up. Coach Pat is probably biggest reason I'm a Georgetown fan still today. I became a Georgetown fan watching that championship game in 1982 between Georgetown and North Carolina. And I've been a fan ever since, So I followed, Big Pat, followed him through the NBA. I knew he had some ambitions to become a coach. And he was an assistant coach at the NBA for maybe 13, 14 years. No real opportunities came his way. And at the request of Big Coach Thompson, he asked Pat to come back to Georgetown and try to get the thing right, when they relieved JT3. Coach Thompson, built the program to what it was known, what it became nationally. So, obviously he had some say in what the program did, up until his passing in 2020. And it was all about keeping it in the family, keeping it in the Georgetown family. I don't have a problem with that. I don't really have an issue with keeping it in the family. A lot of colleges and universities go by that mantra, keeping it in the family. And so we come to this point, where Pat has really struggled in his coaching. They went 0-20 in the Big East last year, I believe, and then they haven't won a game this year in Big East play. I think like 0-5. He had the one season where they made the run and won the Big East tournament. One and done in the NCAA tournament, of course. But his record overall is below 500. He's been below 500 in, I believe, 3 of the 4 years or 4 of the 5 years of that he's been coaching at Georgetown. So, they had a big change in talent last year. Most of the kids transferred or, were asked to leave the team. They basically brought in all new players for this season, supposedly upgrades from the players that they had last year. Changed a few seats on the coaching staff as well. And the results just aren't coming. The team is not doing what it needs to do. So, the $1 million question is it time for Pat Ewing to either be let go or to step down as the Georgetown head coach? It's a difficult question because of who he is and what he means to the university, what he means to the basketball program. But I think if we take the emotion out of it, if we take, understanding and knowing who he is and what he did as a basketball player at Georgetown, he's a Hall of Fame player, had a stellar NBA career. Take away all the accolades that he had on the court, off the court, as a head coach. It's not happening, and I'm not saying, I'm not one to say that, he'll never be a good coach or this may just not be the fit. This may not be the fit. And I'm speaking from a Georgetown fan. I'm not speaking from can he coach? Is he going to be a good coach at all? That's not my point. It's all about Georgetown. And right now, I don't believe Coach Pat is, going to be able to turn this thing around. So, in my opinion, I don't think he'll coach beyond this season at Georgetown. There are people that's calling for his job right now, just be done with it and move on and start the search for the next coach now. I don't really know the logistics of that, how that works from a business standpoint, but I think moving forward, it is time for Georgetown to go in a new direction at the head coach. Now, if that means stepping outside of the Georgetown family, I guess the people that make that decision, will come up with that. But, you're not going to get Coach Thompson back. So I wouldn't look for a clone of Coach Thompson, and I wouldn't look for somebody that kind of does things the way he does. In 2023, 24, kids are not going to sacrifice the way that the kids did during Coach Thompson's era. Coach Thompson would play 8 to 10 guys off his bench, shuffling them in and out, pressing full court, the whole game when necessary. And today's kids they're just not going to sacrifice in that way because everybody wants to play, wants to be on the court. But find somebody that can build, that can relate to young players. Find somebody that can really tap into the DC area, there, which Coach Thompson was very successful. Snatching players out of the DC area, Maryland, Virginia area, Baltimore. So you just want to find a coach that can tap in and really rein in and bring in, players that can compete at the highest level, and a coach that's going to really bring back that winning culture to the Georgetown program. So that's kind of my 2 cents on it. I'm a Patrick Ewing fan. I'm going to always be, but I feel like now's the time, and don't see it going beyond the end of this season, that Coach Pat should continue as the Georgetown head coach. So y'all leave me some comments in the box. Leave me some comments. Like, share, subscribe. Appreciate y'all. If you're a Georgetown fan, let's keep our heads up. It's only going to go up from here. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be positive in that note. I'm going to keep it positive. Georgetown fans, let's keep our heads up. But leave me some comments, man. Coach Pat, what's your thoughts on him and his future? Peace.